Good morning, everyone attending this BizClinicZA event, where you as entrepreneur or business owner can find answers or get direction if you don't find all the answers in terms of the challenges that you face. Welcome here. There's some familiar names in the room already. Thank you. We've got my dealer in the room who is in Rustenburg in a construction company. I am not sure. We've got Ocean's Meat. I'm not sure who Ocean's Meat is, but we'll ask you to talk just now. You can give us your actual name too. Then that's in services. Yeah, so a lot of smaller businesses are in services, perhaps because it's more accessible, sort of. And then of course the opportunities that are there. And we've got Gerald in investment holdings, sort of, which is also a service. And then we've got our Uber networkers like Charlie Manson in the room. Hi, Charlie. It's nice to see your name here as well. But yeah, different industries. Perhaps the specifics of an industry may dictate certain conditions, but there's lots to learn from each other too, because running a business, the principles of running a business maybe sometimes cross across the different industries too. So I don't see lots of questions coming forward apart from our colleague at Ocean's Meat, who we're allowed to talk now. If you have a comment or a question, and even I see we've got quite a few people in the room that are in the advising industry too, that are, well, many of us run our own businesses, so we have our challenges there too. But perhaps there's a challenge or issue that you've encountered recently that you think is an interesting one for us to discuss further here. Compare notes a bit and learn from each other. So you should feel free to mention that too. Or as if it's a consulting or advising business, you may have some issues that you're facing yourself too that you would like to discuss. So we've got good time today. We'll start off with the person identified as Ocean's Meat. You'll have to tell us who you are, but you can unmute and then we can speak about your business planning documents and how you see franchising. What is your actual name?
Good morning, good afternoon to everyone. My name is Thabo. I'm speaking to you from the Eastern Cape. I'm in here at Corn, a place called King Williamstown. I do work with business plans most of the time, but I want to ask your panel, which form is it? How can I sell my businesses, like my business planning documents?
So you are supporting other entrepreneurs and to get your question.
Or, sorry?
I just want to know that we get your question right, or the point that you're raising. You're saying that you are supporting other entrepreneurs and things like registrations at CIPC and so on. And your question is around how to take your business planning documents that you create further in creating value, not only for your clients, but for yourself too, if I get it right.
Yes, Christoph. You see, like, the thing is, like, I find like when I'm trying to sell my business as a franchise, like to upscale and upgrade, they're more like my sales levels are very low, and I'm trying to figure it out. Like, is it better to sell a copyright of a business plan or patent the whole thing, like with at the CIPC? Yes. So like that's why I wanted an input from your panel. Which one would sell better? Like, is it a copyright or a full patent of the document itself?
No, Thabo, I think that's
in order to sell as a franchise.
You're putting an absolutely essential point on the table here, because as a country, we rely on business advisors like yourself to be supporting entrepreneurs, but you must be able to make a life for yourself too from doing so. And I know there are quite a few people or names that I recognize that are in the room that are independent business advisors. So maybe there is opportunity for us to talk about that a bit, sort of business advising as a business. and how to make that a feasible business model. So I'm not sure who would like to give a stab at that first, but please raise your hand if you want to add to the discussion. You can just click there on the bottom line with reactions. You can raise your hand. We'll be able to see so, and we can allow you to talk if you're attendee. But let's see from our panelists. How do we turn, Christine, how do we turn business advising into what kind of business model is a business advisor's business model?
First and foremost, I don't think there is any particular formula for doing a business plan. You know, we have templates from all over the world. Everybody has produced a template. You just need to go and Google business plan template, and you get so many of them, and they're so different. So depending on where you are, your business is going to thrive through a networking platform. When I say that, I say you have to be not connected, but visible. You need to go where people can see what you're doing. Like, for example, this is one of the platforms. If people from your area are on this and they're listening, they know that then they can benefit from you on the service that you provide. The other thing is you need to put yourself on all sorts of business databases, especially government databases, and especially the ones that are tasked with SMME development. Your municipality must be close to you. You need to go to LED, your local economic development, to go and find out. You need to join the Chamber of Commerce. Other than that, you need to attend a lot of business workshops where people like, your agencies are talking about this, and you need to talk, you need to sell. And how do you sell? One of the things, selling point, is your clients. Your clients are your consumers, and these are the people who are supposed to sell you. Now, if your clients are happy, they will sell you. That's a very neat, because those are referrals. So you need, I don't know whether you are close to a city center or you're in an urban area, or because this is where you need to even go and attend your chief's meetings and things. You need to network like crazy. About your copyright, I need to know, I don't understand what you say, what you're talking about copyright. When you talk about copyright, is that a registered copy? Is that a document that you have reserved and therefore somebody cannot copy it? Or what? What are we talking about here?
Okay, maybe we can come back to Thabo. By the way, Thabo Conway was my hometown for many years. I went there to high school and so on. So it is with some good memories that I think back there. But yeah, not a city, but a big conglomerate of people around, sort of, and lots of small businesses, emerging businesses, and so on.
Yes. No, like I was referring to my document, like the plan that I'm currently operating with. Like it's a document, like my business plan. I'm referring to it. Like when I talk about copywriting, like I'm referring to my business planning document. Yes.
Okay, so there's some IP, that you create and so on, and we can talk a bit more about that too. I'm not sure, Kotso, if you would like to add there. We've got Pile and Nico having raised their hands, and we'll give them a chance to speak as well. Can we go on to them, Kotso, or is there a comment that you would like to add?
Thank you, Christoph. Unfortunately, I don't think I am I followed the question quite well. I don't think I understand exactly what the gentleman is saying. You will help me here. Seems like he has developed a business plan.
Yeah. So what Thabo was saying is he's advising other small businesses, and he's looking at what is the feasible business model for him. You know, how can he protect the business plans that he's developing from other people just copying it? You know, can he protect that? Or in what other ways can he build a feasible business? And I think Christine's point is very valid. If you want to connect with customers, you need to be out there where they are. And small businesses are in networks, so you better be in the networks connecting with them. You know, so that's first and foremost. And I also heard Christine saying a second thing, which is very important. And I think that's where we talk about the business model of a business advisor in South Africa. You need to combine that individual contact with individual clients that you do through normal sales processes with working with other organizations like SEDA or any of the provincial development organizations or the NGOs that are in the provinces working with entrepreneurs, and they may be able to make use of your services too. So there's a bit of a business model there. It doesn't speak directly to the protection of IP, but let's hear what the others have to say too. So also we can come.
Just before you go, I think also in terms of the business model, it will be important that he expands the services that he provides beyond just developing business plans. Because if you have the skill, the ability to develop a business plan, you should be able also to provide some kind of advisory services. And if you're working with small businesses already operational, that is why this advisor will be able to come in to assist the small businesses with their daily operations, whether be it compliance, whether be it giving them mentorship and so on.
Yeah, great, thanks. So this topic is stirring up quite a bit of interest. So we have Ketsofile, then we've got Nico and Davison, and then we've got Charlie after that. So Ketsofile, what's your take on this? Just need to unmute to speak.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ketsepile, but you can just call me Lennox. I'm here in the Northern Cape, Kuruman, specifically. I'm almost in the same, I would say I'm in the same business line as the previous gentleman. I'm currently having a 2-year contract with NYDA as a mentor, whereby I do the PIP plan, personal improvement plan. That would include business analysis. That would include compliance for both SARS and the CIPC. All the basics that goes to the building up of a business. But our model is a little bit different. We do it with our client or with the entrepreneur in question. We give them maybe 6 months or 12 months to go through everything. We build them so that they can do their own compliance, or at the end of the day, they will be able to know if they should maybe hire someone, or they can do it on their own, or they would request maybe a company that will do that on their behalf. In a way, we're giving them a sense to build their own, or how to manage their own businesses, because at the end of the day, it's the entrepreneur who will be accountable for their own businesses, whether it's with SARS, whether it's with CIPC or wherever. So we do all those things, including CSD, including their domain registration. We advise them on those. But the challenge is also about the area where you are at, because currently we're doing also that for free. I mean, I'm helping out of my own pocket, out of that. And irrespective whether you register in the local municipality, if you are not politically influenced, it becomes a challenge in most of the areas. So that's the main challenge that we are facing. So how do you overcome something like that? Because now when it comes to a political factor, is the key to getting into something. Or you need to have somebody who will be able to give maybe a plastic bag, a black plastic bag, for you to enter somewhere else. So those are the challenges that we're facing when it comes to issue of networking. Why am I saying that? 90% of our entrepreneurs, you'd find that they're trying to get into business because they want to earn a living. And you'd find that 70% of them are unemployed. So how do you assist and charge a person who doesn't have money? So it's one of the critical points that we are facing. And it's one of the things that we need to look at. How do you assist somebody and charge them and say, maybe pay, give me 3,000, give me 4,000, then I will do this for you, or I will assist you with this. So that's the biggest factor. And you find people are interested in what you're doing, but they cannot pay. So that's the challenge that we have. So if maybe we can get a bit of assistance, how to maneuver around those, it becomes much more easier.
So you are working with the NYDA. Is the NYDA focus not perhaps on that segment of the customers that are battling to pay? And then like with any business, where's the market that can pay for the service at a rate that's feasible for you if you are then taking on independent or private clients? Don't you think that there's some cue in there for us, combining working with those that can't pay a proper fee that comes through a program with those that can, businesses that are a bit more advanced perhaps and can afford to pay the proper fee?
Yes, with NYDA, you volunteer. There is no payment with NYDA. Mm-hmm. So everything that you do with NYDA, it's for free. For an example, I'm currently also negotiating with NEMISA to expand this issue of entrepreneurship, to input other skills within that, especially as we move with within our technology. Also, if I'm a partner with, I work with NEMISAs, then at the end of the day, they would say, we work with you, but we're not gonna pay with, you're not gonna pay, or we're not gonna pay you anything, because now the idea is to help people for free. So meaning I need to have laptops, I need to have all those things, have data. People come to my area, they access, maybe if they want to do computer, because now 90% of our entrepreneurs, they don't have even the basic computer skills. And we move into the 5th IR currently. It's one of the biggest challenge. So it's one of the things that we're looking at, how to build up people. But most of the institutions that we come across, they would say, we don't have funds to pay you, but you can assist, you can volunteer. So that's the biggest challenge that we have currently.
Yeah. Right. So we're talking about how we, Christine will come to you just now again. I'll give Davison and Charlie a quick chance. I see Niku we've lost, and then we'll come back to the panelists. So Davison, if you want to unmute and explain to us your understanding of the situation and what a feasible business model is for an advisor.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity, Christo and Hoto and Sis Christina. I think you in your answer, actually, I'm just going to summarize, and also from the speaker that is just now, it was the basis for any professional. I've been in this industry for over 21 years. I think when IBASA started as IBA, I was accredited in UK. That was in 1999. So I've been in this journey I'm an attorney by profession, but my passion is seeing, entrepreneurs, developing entrepreneurs. So just to the last speaker, I feel for whatever that you are going through, but that's the right channel. We all start somewhere. But what I will advise you to do, just to take you've already started, participating in the space. The issue of you not being paid, I'm happy that SEDA is also part of this platform. What I would advise you to do, try and register with SEDA to become an SP at SEDA. Then in that way, the clients that you are currently servicing in that area in Kuruman, I've got an office in Kimberley. I'm speaking from my Kimberley office, and also in an office in Joburg. I do a lot of work for SEDA, Joburg, Western Cape, Durban, Northern Cape. I'm on all those platforms. So, but for you to start developing that business model, the first thing, and also the gentleman who posed the question, let's try and professionalize the rendering of the services. Once we've done that, then you will appeal to the institution that will hire you and actually get incentivized and get your business in a right state of mind where you can actually sustain yourself and, you know, create job employment opportunities for others. Then the second thing that I wanted to raise from the first speaker, the one that raised the question, we need to scale up the issue of since Christine answered it more profoundly, the challenges. We need to scale up the way we do the services. The issue of the IP, whether it's IP or with the business plan, business plans are all over the sector. You know, to get your business plan, whether you want to sell to other people, the first thing that we need to cure in your business, no one will buy into a business concept that is currently not viable. We need to bring, we are here to assist you. You can either through IBASA or through Christo, the financial institution. Let's take your business plan as advisors that have got the knowledge. Let's try and work around it to make it sure that whenever you want to, whether you create a franchise for whatever that you are developing, so it will appeal to the other parties that will want to buy that business model, so that they can able to see. If yourself you are unable to make money, it's going to be very difficult for a third party to say, I want to go into that business. I think I'll just pack it there, Christo. That will be the contribution.
You're spot on. You know, how do you tell someone else, I'll help you to make money if you can't make money yourself? You know, sort of. So that is a dilemma. I see Monde Zuma is asking, who is this gentleman speaking such sensible matters? Davison Magagula. You can actually, if you click there on the text chat, Monde, you can switch from the to button from host and panelist, that you can select the Davison's name there and send a direct message to him, or you can just share contact information in the general text chat if you don't mind doing so too, so you can connect afterwards. But yeah, we've got Charlie's hands up, and then we'll come back to the panel for us maybe to wrap up this part of our discussion. There's some other comments coming through in the text chat too from Rashmi and Katleho and so on. And Niku, I think Niku has had to go because he had his hand up and now he's not with us anymore. But yeah, so if you have a question, another topic, another theme, if you're in manufacturing or other services or construction, I saw some people if you have specific challenges that you have a question around that you want us to discuss here today, we can do so. It is now 15:15 already, sort of close to, so the time has been flying. But let's give Charlie a quick chance to raise what he wanted to raise. So, hi, Charlie, how are you doing?
Hello, Christoph. Good morning, Christine, Carabello, Kotso, and I see Derek here. I don't know if he exited. And welcome to all the other attendees here. Thank you very much for this platform and the monthly sessions that you are hosting, Christoph. Very informative. The last speaker, I'd like to start with that one, was saying he's assisting entrepreneurs. And now the big challenge is what I've come to discover in the entrepreneurial development space is that many small businesses cannot provide the guidance and or the tools that is needed to help them grow and get out of survival mode. I'd like to connect with that gentleman. If he can get onto the chat, I left my LinkedIn connection there, and I'd like to have a chat with him. The other gentleman that was speaking about his business model or protecting it. I think in the coaching advisory space, that would not be something that is patentable or anything like that. With regard to the business plans, my comment on that one is every business plan, even if it be in the same industry, is unique. So you need to find somebody who can assess what your business is about, where you are at, where you want to go to, and how you want to get there. Then they can tailor your business plan accordingly. The comment on networking.
So I think networking is perhaps the one that we would like to hear from you most, Charlie. So maybe if you can conclude your comments on the networking side. How can we improve our networking as business advisors?
You know, when it comes to networking, there are many different ways you can approach it. But you also need to be speaking about what you do and, most importantly, what value you can add to someone. It's telling what you do, blowing your horn, advertising it, people know what you're doing. The art you can use is try to connect with people within your industry that can help you and also be able to advise you accordingly. The best tip I can give maybe is for you to have a database where you get the top 10 contacts that you would like to connect with, and then you know, keep engaging with them. And you know, it's actually not a science, it's not a skill, it's just what we do every day. But however, we need to be focused and know exactly what our outcome wants to be.
So networking is not a shot in the dark, pitch up at every event. You know, I think what I hear from you is have your 10 top people that you want to connect with and go to the events that they would be at.
Well, you know, I think I've attended in excess of 300 networking events, but I have a specific goal. Whenever I go to a networking event, I either know who I want to connect with, and I make sure that I connect with that person one way or the other. Another little tip I can give anybody is when you attend a networking event, start by the registration desk. Introduce yourself, let them know who you are, and find out from them who's the best person you can connect with. If they don't know, ask them if you can get to connect with the organizer or try and find the organizer. If possible, get a seat as close to the front as you can. Pay attention to the speaker. Make sure that you try and get an eye contact with him. Connecting visually with that person can show them as well that you do have an interest what they are speaking about. At the break, make sure that you can maybe go and speak to a speaker. Don't be shy. You need to put yourself out there and then, you know, connect with them, see how you can add value to them first in one way or the other. Sometimes what I've observed is the small businesses tend to say, what value can I add to them? I'm too small. It doesn't matter. But if you don't know what you can offer them, then, you know, I mean, I've been recommended to the Commonwealth Entrepreneurship Club, of which I've been accepted as an ambassador.
So, sorry, Charlie, I'll have to ask that you finish your comments there. I think you gave us so much value that I don't want us to lose those valuable points now. So Tabu, I don't think you knew that you will start such a engaging discussion with so many inputs. And Charlie, thank you very much for those very important pointers around networking. I think if we can just take those 5 points that you raised and each of us apply it in our different contexts, that we're going to be much better in terms of what we do in our businesses. Doesn't matter if it's a business advising business like Tabos or any other, the networking, in the networking context. So thank you very much. Sorry to have you cut you short there. Our time is unfortunately limited. I just want to come back to our panel. We've had lots of engagement from the room today, guys. Your job has been much easier. But Christine wanted to comment, and Karabelo, I think perhaps you may also have something to say around networking and connecting with others. And then we can see what other questions we tackle after that. So over to you, Christine.
Okay. For those two gentlemen, the one in Northern Cape and the other in Eastern Cape, as a business startup, you can begin with SEDA. SEDA is a government organization tasked with all these things, but you can register with them as a service provider. That way, you will get some pocket money. So I would suggest you register yourself with SEDA where you are. The other organization I want you to register with is NDA, the National Development Agency. They've got a footprint everywhere, and they've got clients that you're going to need to service. They house cooperatives, they house your NGOs, they house all sorts of people, the people that you're servicing and not getting paid. If you get into the database of NDA, you could get paid depending on how effective you are in developing your service. Number 3, if you want, because obviously for you to be able to deliver these services, you need the skill set. Services SEDA has developed a qualification for business advisors. You need to find out what that is and which service provider is providing that, so that you can tap up your skills, so that when you go and ask people to give you business, you are confident and you know what, excuse my language, you know what the hell you're talking about, because that is so key. Let me stop my preaching there.
No, thanks for that, Christine. So, Karabelo, do you want to add a comment there? And then we're going to move to the next topic.
Thank you so much, Christoph. I think for me, when it comes to networking, especially for SMEs, I always encourage clients that I engage with, especially in group sessions, that they use the same platform to build a network amongst themselves. And I must say, over a few years now, I think I have, for example, a group on WhatsApp. They have been networking with each other for 4 years now. And it was from a SEDA training that they did that. So they are able to work together, assist each other in terms of stocking, taking stock, finding cheaper ways of doing things. So networking is quite important. You can't, as a business person, operate as an island. You need to expose yourself to opportunities. Like the colleagues on the floor have said, that come attend sessions. During these sessions, I mean, we've had clients that have been able to secure funding opportunities because they attended a session on maybe business development. And maybe one of the stakeholders had an opportunity to say, we are currently actually looking for people that are in the manufacturing sector. We have this type of funding for them. So exposing yourself and being out there, don't assume that people or your clients are looking for you. You must actually go and look for your clients. So exposing yourself and putting yourself out there, making use of SEDA, especially like Christina said, has also, I've seen that assisted a lot of business development practitioners broaden their horizons. They are now even able to, from drawing up business plans, they are now able to tap into the promotional material and marketing services, and even coaching and mentoring. I mean, we have service providers in SEDA that have been trained by SEDA to become mentors and coaches. So if they don't expose themselves, they wouldn't have received the opportunities that they have got. So yeah, networking is very important.
Carabello, so I see that you've shown interest there in Nico's question around automation, and maybe we can give you a chance just to respond to that quickly as well in terms of the ideas you want to share. Just to share with everyone in the room, the Entrepreneurial Planning Institute is involved in initiatives with some other parties in exploring exactly that point around automation and how businesses can become more efficient. And we are in fact launching a community of practice where the discussion around this is going to take shape. And you can join that community of practice or apply to join that community of practice by just going to that address that I have on the screen there at the moment. I'm also typing it into the text chat. You can just click there and request to join. So that discussion around automation and digitalization of processes and how that can help small businesses to grow is going to take shape in that forum. So you're welcome to ask to join that too. But Carabello, I see that you have indicated that you would like to add something to that question. And then perhaps I can ask the other two business advisors if each of you can just choose one of the questions that are remaining that you would like to respond to, as we are pressed for time a bit. We probably won't get beyond that. So, but first over to you, Carabello, in terms of Nico's question around automation.
Digitization. Okay, thank you so much. I think digitization makes it much easier for SMMEs. Like I saw on the comments that, I think it's the same question that you posed, Christopher, from that comment where we find entrepreneurs working in their business and not really have the time to work on their business. So digitizing the processes makes it easier for them to know that that part of the business is taken care of. For example, having a point of sale system that automates everything, all the stock taking, all the stock counts, all the sales, saves you time also at the same time. Because the type of entrepreneurs that we engage with most of the time run one-man shows. So it's his business and he's the one that engages with the clients or their customers. They never have the time to work on their business. What I mean by working on the business is knowing the finances of the business, knowing who your key partners are, knowing where to go. So working on the processes of the business becomes a bit of a challenge when there is no digitization. However, I think making use of, Christine did mention that there's a lot of templates online. It makes it easier. It also depends on the level of literacy that the clients is on, you know. In my district, it might be a bit of a challenge to introduce digitization to clients, but if you are techno-savvy and you are able to use technology, definitely give it a try. There's a lot of softwares that you can make use of. There's already processes like Christine has mentioned that it's all over the internet. It's just a matter of finding the one that works for your business model. Yeah, thank you so much.
No, thank you very much on that, Carabello. Khotso, let's go over to you for those two questions, which are from Katlego and Rashmi, both speaking about SEDA issues. And then I think we'll have chance just to go around the table and wrap our discussion up for today. So Rashmi is asking, based in KZN, I need to go to SEDA in KZN only. It's the question. Can I only go to my local SEDA branch? That's the question. And then Katlego is asking, I was assigned a business advisor, but to get a hold of him is a challenge. Since I signed up last month, we have meetings to discuss our business plan, but we're not sure where we're going. What advice would you give them to Rashmi? You know, am I forced to go to my local branch? And Katlego, you know, if I start work with a SEDA business advisor, but the process starts go not in a good direction for me as the entrepreneur.
Thank you very much, Christoph. First with Rashmi, indeed, she has to work with the local SEDA branch. Other than the fact that our branches are allocated specific districts or municipalities that we have to work in, it is also important to work with people in your own area because they have better understanding of the circumstances in that area. So working with a different SEDA branch, yes, you can get a service, but you may not get the full benefit of it in terms of people who have good knowledge of the area that you work in. I'm not sure why Rashmi is asking that question, but if there are certain issues, perhaps that she's not happy with her branch, perhaps she can take that matter with the branch manager and see if she cannot get assistance. But I also know that because our offices are district-based, you sometimes find clients who are located too far from their allocated branch. And you find that there is a nearer branch to them, which they would prefer to work with, but that doesn't fall within their area. So I suppose they can take that up again with the local branch managers and see if a solution cannot be found for them. And then
Claire was also asking about when the momentum stops with the business advisor, what they can do.
Yes, indeed, I think it's the same. And I'm very sorry that he is not getting the best service that he was hoping for. But the next best step for him to take is to inform the local branch manager, who will try and intervene. And if a solution cannot be found with the current business advisor, perhaps a different business advisor from the same branch can be allocated to him. And perhaps the process can move forward and he can be happy again.
Right. Karabela, you want to add something?
Yes. We've seen that there has been a rollout of what SEDA calls SEDA access points. So this is where we have commissioned service providers to facilitate SEDA services in where SEDA has identified that this is an area that is not serviced. They would advertise. So that's also another opportunity. So the service providers have an opportunity to offer SEDA services, and they are supported by the branch. So this is where we try to address the issue of, like Ndede Khotso has said, that there's, because of how SEDA is structured, we are in the Free State in the Mufusanyana district in Bethlehem. However, for a client to be able to come and as far as Lady Brand, which is closer to Lesotho, they have to drive 3 hours to the branch. But we have now an access point that is close to them. They only drive an hour or 45 minutes to that to access SEDA services. So that makes it easier now also for us, because they are also feeding the SEDA branch, and then SEDA business advisors are at the access point every week to assist with clients. So that's also another opportunity that especially the business development practitioners on the platform can take advantage of.
Right. Thank you very much for clarifying that. It's great to have it directly from the SEDA business advisors, how these things work, because otherwise we may be spreading rumors. But yeah, the discussion went quick. Hey? The hour is gone already. And time for us to say goodbye. So let's just go, Christine, Khotso and Karabela, if each of you can just in one quick sentence summarize your experience here today and how you would leave us. And I'm not sure if Bonnie and Derek from SEDA and IBASA wants to say a final word. But Christine, let's start with you. If you can quickly, very briefly, because we're already over the hour, give us a final word.
I believe this is a very important platform. I also believe it's exciting and should continue as it is. What I think is probably we could get discussion points or discussion issues from the clients in advance, so that when people come, and then probably prioritize the issues for discussion for that day, because then you can cover more ground as
Right.
opposed to getting stuck.
Right.
For those starting consultants or people who are in the business that want to go ahead or want skills, you can call me. I'll direct you where to go and get yourself educated or topping up your skills.
Would you mind putting your email or somewhere for them, or your LinkedIn profile or something in the text chat, that people can know how to contact you, Christine?
I am on LinkedIn, but I'll just I will put my
So whoever wants
you can-
to, Christine, please type in, please check the text chat. I'll put it in now too. I'll look for it quickly and put it in there. Don't worry about it, because I know you're on your phone. So Kotso, can we come to you for your final, Kotso, for your final word? You unmuted, you can speak.
Yeah, thank you, Christoph. I think my parting word would be, we all need to show the dynamism of entrepreneurship in all that we do. We need not be barricaded by the rules and those type of things. Let us continue to engage one another. Let us be steadfast in what we do. Let us not stop at the first hurdle that we come across. Let us reach out. A platform like this one, like Christine was saying, most of us are very passionate about what we do, and we would certainly like to engage further beyond this engagement here. So yeah, I'm also open to engaging further with the entrepreneurs. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, and I'm on LinkedIn. And I'm in the Nkangala branch of SEDA, so the contact details are available on our website.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for your participation and time here today. Carabello, from your side.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My parting words to all the participants is that I think such discussions or such platforms are very important to the development of SMMEs, and that they should always take up opportunities. I already see that there's a few that are already asking about the access points that I've mentioned. The process of access points are facilitated by provincial offices. So depending on where you are in the country, just visit your nearest or see the contact details of the office closest to you, the provincial office. Give them a call and find out if they have concluded that process or when will they be opening for advertisements. So normally what happens is that it is advertised and then we take up applications from the service providers. And then you get an opportunity to basically run a SEDA mini branch offering SEDA services, and also at the same time offering your customized services to SMMEs. For example, if you're an accountant, you therefore then have a bigger piece of the pie to access. So yes, definitely visit your nearest SEDA provincial or even the branches, whichever that's closest to you. They will be able to assist you with how far they are in terms of the access points. And I think that is a great opportunity for all the especially the business development practitioners on the platform. Yeah.
Oh, great, thank you very much for that too. I'm not sure if our colleagues from SEDA head office and from IBASA wants to have a final word. I'm just pasting in there the DigiBiz platform link that you can click to join as well. And I'll also put in the link for the WhatsApp group if you want to get notice in the future of this event. A reminder, there's the link to the WhatsApp group. And I'll just make it an active link, and then you can just click on it. Anyone else?
Hi, Christoph.
Derek.
Yes, am I visible? That's it.
Can see you and we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for participating. I think it was very engaging, but also I think it was very, very informative in terms of the subject matters that we're looking at. And we are hoping that the entrepreneurs were able to be assisted. And thanks to SEDA and EPI and everybody that participated. And also, yes, Charlie, hi, my brother. I know it's been a long time, and it was nice to see you here. And yeah, so I'm hoping that we're gonna have more engagement going forward. And also, please, entrepreneurs, please note that if you know that there is any topic or you want to participate as a panelist, especially on the subject matter or anything, let us know. Then you can notify Mr. Christoph, and then we can have you in the list in the future. But also in our webinars, if you've got certain maybe sort of expertise, we are welcome to have you on board, because we want to share information amongst ourselves, because we know that at the end of the day, it's about promoting our businesses, but it's also about networking, and it's about connecting. So yeah, we have shared LinkedIn. Those who have shared LinkedIn, please let's connect on LinkedIn also. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you much, Eric. I'm sharing the screen there with that information. You can also, if you have your phone handy and you're on your computer, you can just scan that QR code to get to the WhatsApp group. But it looks like, Bonnie, you've got the last word for us today.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Let me take this opportunity as well to thank everyone who formed part of this event today, and say to you all that we don't take this for granted. We value your time and your inputs as well, and we're looking forward to seeing you again next time. Spread the word to others who don't know about this platform so that they could also join us as well. Thank you.
Thank you, SEDA. Thank you, IBASA. Thank you, EPI. Thank you, everyone that attended. Special thanks to the 3 business advisors that were in the room sharing your ideas. Thank you for you guys that from the floor shared your insights too around networking specifically. And I think we got some powerful tips here today that all of us can use. Have a great weekend when it starts, and a productive week next week. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.